Hello, and welcome to Dire Bear. It's Tuesday night, so of course that means we're playing Operation Aegis, our Lancer actual play. I'll be your storyteller for the evening, Jason, and with me tonight we Carr playing Tiana, Eric playing Uriah, Jeremy playing Cortev, Patrick playing Freddy, Sarah playing Vika.
Hello.
And hopefully here shortly we will have the other two in. We'll introduce them when they show up.
Yeah.
Alright, who remembers where we were at 2 weeks ago? Because I got sick last week.
Shenanigans happened.
Well, we went through a series of debriefings. Then the group went out to get drinking. And then we got almost hit by a car.
Not me.
Somebody did get hit by a car. Who got hit by a car?
Charlie Wayne.
Charlie Wayne.
Good times.
Because he kind of flubbed that role. Yes, I believe it was Uriah that drugged you all out drinking.
Yep.
All because somebody wanted him to see,
A therapist.
Nope, I'm getting drunk instead.
I'm a true Southern boy way.
Oh, I am sure you'll enjoy your therapist fine.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to tell you her name, and then I realized I've left my notes on the other side of the room. Un momento.
I think I have it written down. Dr.
There
Rook.
you go. Welcome to Dire Bear Adventure, where professionalism counts.
I believe it was a Dr. Rook.
Yes.
I have it written down.
Ah. Whom you have not met yet, but that was the name.
Actually, we have.
Yeah, she came to the bar.
Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about her showing up at the bar later.
Mhm.
That's right.
Yep, because I rolled a nat 20 on the get a damn drink, so she's my friend or connection.
That's right.
I also have a convenient opportunity, but I don't know what that is. Because I could pick two.
Yeah, I've got that written down. Friend or connection, Dr. Rook. Convenient opportunity. All right. So yeah, I was about to say car accident, but it wasn't an accident, was it?
No.
It was
No, it
on
wasn't.
purpose. There was great gooing involved.
Mm-hmm.
We did capture one of them.
We don't have them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we gave it to the local authorities.
Correct.
Not so much give, it was in their jurisdiction.
Yeah.
You didn't illegally take them away from a crime scene.
No.
So in your minds, that you just gave them to the police.
Mm-hmm.
Very magnanimously. But yes, they missed most of you, but hit Charlie Wayne. They spun around and came back. Somebody, I think, did something to the car that made it crash.
I hacked it.
Yeah,
That's
I think that was Jeremy.
That's right. So yeah, it hit a light pole. Guys climbed out with guns. Don't think the guns did them a whole lot of good though.
No, we subdued them.
Yeah, they never got the chance to use them.
One of them called out saying that he had failed.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if he name dropped.
He didn't name drop, but
He didn't,
fail-
but-
He just said I failed.
And then began to Grey Goo as nanites broke him down into his component.
I'll say Uriah's fairly certain about who he shouted out to because he tried to arrest the nanite Grey Gooing and was immediately slapped out of the.
I tried to
mental
arrest him
space.
because I was on top of. Oh
No,
yeah,
I'm talking
you
about
tried
the
to
digital
stop it.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he was immediately
Yeah.
slapped out of it, which is like NHP territory.
Yep.
There's
So
very few things in the world that could do that.
yeah, so Uriah's fairly certain what he was calling out to.
And MPs from the base rolled out. Not that they really did much at the crime scene because the local authorities were there by then. But Charlie Wayne got carted off to the hospital. I think Vika rode to the hospital with him. Stayed there until what's her face and Doc showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have the right ComCom page up. And then they sent her home. They, sat with him the rest of the night.
Yep.
Y'all wake up the next morning. There's a message from one of the Mad Dogs. They're moving Charlie to the base infirmary in the next hour or so. They keep him overnight for observation. He's only mildly concussed. He made it through the night fine. Basically he's got a busted leg. They can take care of that at the base or continue care at base.
Yeah.
I think our meeting up with the boss was later in the day because he noticed Tian was just a bit drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, hangover for Ty.
Yay.
And after seeing Charlie Wayne, I do. I'm so mad I can't remember. Eric, what's your character's name? I literally just blanked on it.
Uriah.
Uriah. I want to talk with Uriah and or Vika before we actually head out on the proper mission. But I do
Well,
want
like
to
I said,
check on
y'all
Charlie
are in the
Wayne
same.
first.
Y'all are in the same barracks. So you wake up, you got that message. It'll be about an hour before Charlie Wayne gets there. So, if you want to, you could talk to him before breakfast or after breakfast if you think they should have their coffee first.
I'm not inconsiderate.
Twins can't to Uriah. Hey, I need to go get something. You want to tag along?
He just narrows his eyes a little bit and is like, yeah, sure, what the hell.
It kind of gives him the give me a break look, and she'll be like, look, we got the guy ran over. I'm at least gonna get him a get well card or something.
Uh-huh.
What?
Was this what it was like for you on the other end?
I beg your pardon?
Vika.
What? Like as they're walking.
Yeah. Your attraction to the guy is obvious to me. You know that, right?
Looks over, and definitely in Twins can't. If you tell anyone, I'll break your legs affectionately.
Yeah, huh? So we're just having a complete rehash of the time when you were telling me I need to go ahead and get my ass in gear and propose to my fiance.
This is not the time or the place to actually do that.
Yeah, no. I mean, you need to go on a date with him first, at least.
Wouldn't the fight? Did the fight pits count? I'm horrible at this shit.
Leave it to
Let's-
Vika to fight pits as a first date.
I mean, honestly,
Do you think Charlie Wayne would argue?
No.
yeah, I was about to say, Uriah just he looks pensive for him and goes, considering Charlie Wayne, he would probably agree that was a first date between the two of you.
We're not going to have this discussion right before all of this.
Yeah, I know. Let's go get the stuff.
Just imagine that Ty's walking back from the mess hall, hair a mess, just like the dead hangover eyes, just with a cup of coffee. Morning.
Looking good, Ty.
Ow.
Morning.
Ah.
Yeah, Uriah just as loud.
Just keeps going.
So what are you looking to get him?
I don't know. What do you get someone that broke their leg because of shenanigans involved with a cult that's targeting your group specifically? Is there like a guidebook for that?
I mean, personally, I'd bring a shotgun, but
Jellicoe might not like that.
yeah, whatever. I don't think booze would be good to have in the infirmary.
That might get us in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, enough of that as it is.
Eh. I don't know. Like everyone likes stuffed bears, right?
Maybe if we get one in camo.
Or like that bright orange.
Or both.
Vika just
Or both.
finds a thing of boxing gloves.
Let's get him one of each.
Okay.
Tell you what, one of those fast bags full of candy.
It's like, ends up getting the bear and probably a card that says "Get well soon, dumbass."
Go to a joke store instead of a.
Oh, she would write it in there
Yeah.
and just goes, and even if they're not there yet, just leaves it at whatever room they're going to throw them in.
All right. So you leave it with the infirmary staff. Hey, whichever room he gets put in, you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a problem. One of the nurses, like, oh yeah. Well, I'll set it up in there before he even goes in.
Fantastic.
Uriah will sneak the nurse a message after Vika turns around that says, "Make sure to tell him it's from Vika."
You get flashed a little OK sign.
So what else is on your mind, sis? As they're leaving the infirmary.
You've been. This is not me nagging you or anything like that. This is concerned sister times.
Mm-hmm.
You're tired.
Yeah, I am. I am tired.
You. It's showing a bit too much. I'm not disagreeing with, especially after what they did last night, a little bit of salt earth, but we have to go about it proper like.
There's no going about this proper like with fanatic zealots like that.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but we just got our contract possibly bought back. We at least got to put on that we're behaving. I mean, or I could just, threaten somebody and we skip this planet too.
I at least gotta prove that I'm as good as you are.
Oh, God. No, you're better than I am, trust me.
No, Vika, I'm not. You and I both know that's not true.
Hey, look, if shit happens.
Yeah, it's called genetics. You got all of it. I got the potential of what was left.
Yeah, but you work your potential better than I work mine. I can't hack half the shit you can hack. I can't build a damn mech. I gotta have mine flown in.
Speaking of, do you want a particle cannon?
That's a sudden left, but I wouldn't say no to it at some point. Maybe not right now.
Fun. Okay. But look,
Would you like this nuke?
Would you like a fat boy?
he actually grabs her and like pulls her off to
Would
like
you
a
like this
side
Davy
room
Crockett man-portable
and
atomic
basically
weapon?
just closes the door after he's sure it's empty. Look,
Mm-hmm.
it was made very apparent to me when we were growing up that you were what they were pouring all of their effort into.
Because I have a uterus.
And because all of the genetics took with you. It's all recessive with me. You were the one that had all of the skills, all of the talents, all of the abilities. You're strong and you're smart and you're tall and you are very fast at what you do and you can take a hit better than anyone I know.
You're faster than me, and you can hack better. Is like, as he's saying this, grabbing him into like a noogie, like chokehold kind of situation.
Because it's the only thing I have going for me.
Yeah, well, you've got it going for you. And since we skipped planet, I've just sharpened it into the whole I'm taking the hit for everyone. You included, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, well,
Look,
it was made apparent to me that I am the problem of the two of us all the time, no matter where we are. Because I know between the two of us, I can't do emotion well. I don't know how to process it.
you do too much emotion.
Yeah, I don't know how to process it.
That's not doing it well. Or doing it bad.
It's always doing it
Look,
bad.
I
The amount of times I've had people call me crazy or on drugs is just obscene.
yeah, and you're neither.
Well, sometimes on the latter, but that's stimulants to keep through a mission. Whatever.
I mean, I could punch him.
Wouldn't help.
Feel damn good, though.
Yeah, it would. And now that that mech that I designed taps into, it basically breaks down the emotion, the walls I keep around my emotions. It's now all of it's rushing to the forefront all at once, and all of the anger's wanting to go in one place, and I have a target now.
If you get too focused, I'll just grab you by the scruff of the neck.
Not a cat.
It'd still be effective, though. I don't know if it works on giant dragon mechs. Could probably do it in the Atlas, though.
Yeah. I don't know.
Come on. You're gonna stew, and you need
I've
to
been
just...
stewing.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna stew, you're gonna overanalyze, you're gonna look in the past, and let's look in the future. Let's look in the now. Let's go make sure Ty's completely annoyed with her hangover.
See, and that's the other thing. We have a new member of the family.
We do. She's adorable.
She is. And I am not going to let some 2-bit cult that wants to harvest a planet survive and lose what's left of my family or what little I still care about.
Which is why we will go annoy her and then cover her ass, or vice versa, during the next missions. Flicks his forehead. You're overthinking.
It's what I do, sister. You know this.
I know, but you're going to overthink yourself into an early grave. Let's get this done with.
You say that like I wasn't going to drop dead of stress-induced heart failure by 40.
You got a couple more years at least. Let's go. Like has like partial noogie lifting him up as they go.
I can walk.
Don't care.
All right. Now, where was Tiana going? Did she have a cup of coffee from the barracks?
Yeah, she was heading back to the barracks
from the commissary. Okay.
Yeah, she got up early, went there, got coffee, and then is going back to the barracks because she does not want to be there when a ton of people go in for coffee.
Come on, it'd be fine.
Yeah.
You should do it.
All right, Freddie, you were getting ready to head to the commissary. The twins had already headed out.
Yep.
As you start out, you see Tiana coming from that direction.
Morning.
Morning, Tiana.
Head down
Feeling
here.
better?
Big cup of coffee.
Maybe in a few hours. She just keeps going.
Gonna be paying Charlie a visit?
Are we going to do that as a group? I don't remember.
Well, ideally, I'd like to, but
I mean, if we're doing it as a group, sure. If not, I'd rather let him rest.
yeah, I'm also wanting to ask you something too. I didn't want to bring it up last night because, well, we needed a break, and then the break found us.
Yeah. In a
And I asked,
not so violent way.
You seem to be closer to the twins than I am. And I just kind of wanted to ask, how do you think Uriah's going about right now? Because after the execution, I have had reservations.
She kind of just rubs her temples, and she's.
If you don't want to talk about this now, that's perfectly fine.
If you knew his past, you'd probably think differently, but you might want to ask him, not me, on that. Other than that, I don't know. I don't want to see him get hurt, and I don't want him to see hurt other people. But I understand where he came from. I also understand the other side. So, kind of on the fence.
Interesting. That might actually take a little more digging then. Well, and by digging, well, you know me so far.
Oh, good luck. It's up to him to tell you, though. And she's like, I'm going to go finish this coffee and lay down again.
Hell. Take it easy.
I'll try. Just continues on to the barracks. Holding her head.
All right, Freddie, where do you go from here?
Well, I would actually try to meet the twins, but Uriah's... Well, Eric's not on the camera right now.
Well, we'll cut to Corteo then. Corteo, what are you doing this morning?
Hi. I kind of I'm watching. I think I watched Tiana and Freddie have that conversation in like the corner somewhere.
Okay.
I just kind of very loudly roll my eyes as both of them leave. I'm just hanging out, having a drink, not a coffee, just like some sort of, but maybe probably water actually.
That's true. Corteo didn't go too buck wild with the drinking last night.
No, he's just having a little water to balance out the little bit of booze he had last night. He just like looks around. He's like, whatever, and just goes back to he has a little schematic of the things he's discovered so far about his new mech,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just kind of going over that right now. He's probably actually watching his walking to halfway to the hangar, walking that way.
All right. So Vika, you are carrying Uriah back towards the
Just kind of
barracks.
like not so much caring, but like for a while, just like partially dragging, like affectionately. But does let him down probably pretty quick.
All right, where are we off to now?
I don't know how long we got until Jellicoe wants to see us.
Does forever count?
No, I think there was actually a time.
I mean, should probably work on breaking out my old operator arsenal again.
Hangar?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I guess they are heading to hangar if anyone was attempting to intercept them.
All right, Freddy, give me some kind of roll for your observational skills. What do you have? What triggers do you have?
Let me go back to player sheet. I don't know why it went to this one. Narrative profile. Investigate, charm, hack, fix, stay cool, invent, create. So,
Okay, so just a baseline roll plus your grit.
all right. I did. Come on. Thank. Fine and dandy. Roll 20. $13.
All right. So you're heading, from the barracks to the commissary, and you notice the twins. It's like they were coming back from the commissary, and then they've split off to the side. You realize they're probably heading to the hangars. That being the only thing kind of in that direction. But you do see them.
Well, head that direction.
All right, so you catch up with them just outside the hangars. Yeah, by the time they're getting to the hangars, you manage to catch up.
Morning. And I'm
Morning.
look up to Vika, look down and Uriah. Assuming Vika's still carrying him.
No, she's not.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's locked on his own.
Y'all planning to go? You planning to go see Charlie this afternoon?
And drop some stuff off before we have the meeting.
Oh, good. Well, I don't know if you. Well, because asking around, I feel this needs to get this off my chest.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to talk about this last night, but with us celebrating, I didn't want to ruin the mood.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
I think we both know.
I'm not a mind reader.
All right, then. You executed a man.
I removed a threat.
A man who was chained on the floor.
The bullet was as effective as the water that came rushing in and got the other ones that y'all took off somewhere.
That wasn't an active decision. His was. He chose to take that man's life just because he could.
The problem here is you're still considering our combat with the cult akin to the war that we were hired to fight. Were we still fighting the Shinar? Yes, you would have a point. A cultist, especially ones that are gunning each other down like that, as some suicide pact of we've done our duty. There's no reasoning with that.
Actually, there is. Largely because the way you're thinking, you're not treating them as people.
No, I'm not.
And that's my issue. And right then and there, because you're treating them like a cancer to be taken out.
And they are.
So your wife's death was justified then.
You think they wouldn't do the same to us? They were shooting at us. They set bombs in those facilities. You think they were going to invite us to tea?
And we were invading their base with mechs and guns.
There is an audible creaking noise as his mechanical hand clenches.
And I ask this because, let me put this in a way that, and by that phrasing and what I just said, let me explain a little further. The cancer analogy. A cell was operating outside of prescribed measures, so was isolated and removed.
It's the best time to excise.
I wasn't talking about them.
I thought that's what we were talking about.
There's an
No.
audible crack as Vika kind of like cracks her neck.
Were we still fighting the war that we were hired for? You'd have a point. And I'd follow the articles of war as described by what I was hired to do.
You don't treat people like a contract.
That's exactly what we're here doing. If we were hired by the other side, we'd be fighting the Mad Dogs.
Freddy, do you remember what the cult is even here to do?
Oh, yeah.
Explain it to me.
Prolong the war. Bring about their change Shinar in their image. You know. The sad fact is, do you want to know why I love digging through old piles of garbage? Why I search?
Why?
Because digging through history, you can learn a lot of things. And under your line of logic, the one you wish to follow, would the Spari people still be alive?
That depends on if they were cultists or not.
They were. They followed.
See, the thing with what we're dealing with an unshackled NHP.
And
do not interrupt me. Something with the same threat level as Raw.
You want to know why? The Spari people were led by an unshackled NHP. And guess
that
what?
Was their own fault.
And you know why we didn't kill them? Because they were the victims. They are being led by something they don't understand. You don't blame a victim for their crimes.
You want us off this mission, go talk to Jellicoe. He's already talked to him about going and talking to a shrink.
And he needs to see one.
Maybe you do too. And she walks off.
I've got a question for you, Vika.
I might have an answer if I'm feeling generous today.
I've heard your saying. Ruthless is now
No, it's ruthlessness is mercy. In
for
some
yourself.
cases, you got to do the shit other people don't want to do to
If
save other people.
ruthlessness, if that's true, why haven't you killed him yet?
Gets really quiet. You want to come again?
There's been a lot of problems,
I'm looking
And-
dead at one.
and I'm looking at two. The sad fact is, you're an outstanding person. You want to protect your brother. I don't get. Do you think I'm angry that you're looking at me this way? No. Because the sad fact is, your brother does need help. But you don't want to see it either. Now I've been told, from the other side of things, if I understood you. Well, and I sit down, you learn more by listening than you ever do by talking. So I want to understand you.
You know what? After everything you said, right now I don't really feel like explaining anything to you. Have a good day. I'll see you when we go talk to Jellicoe.
Very well. Uriah, good day to you, sir.
As y'all turn and walk towards the
Well, I'll say you're right. He does turn, but he'll pause for a second, like ready. For this
Sir.
any other circumstance, you would be right. I want you to know that. But when it comes to situations like this, I will do as I was trained to do. You remove a threat. You excise the cancer before it destroys the rest of the body. This cult is a cancer on the planet. If you want to keep playing nice, that's fine. But how much taller do you want to make that mountain of brave corpses you're standing on that you're preaching the high ground from?
I ain't preaching from the high ground. I'm preaching from beneath it. I walk off.
Then stop piling bodies on top of yourself.
You're the one leaving a trail of bodies. When the shooting's done, I stop.
there's a whole lot of mechanics standing at the door of the shop just watching.
Cortav's there too.
Y'all got anything better to do?
No.
Cortez says no. The rest of them sort of duck away like they just happen to be. That's shit on my way.
He'll clap Cortev on the shoulder with the metal arm. And it's like, feel like getting a hand on some genuine SSC technology.
Oh boy, whatever do I get to do for that?
I already
need
got
help.
some.
I need help doing maintenance on the boarding carapace that I brought with me.
Sure. Also, don't squeeze.
Oh, sorry. Sometimes I forget to not do that when emotions are riding high.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
I'm not the best at processing those.
Oh,
Well, please get better at it.
Freddy, you've already walked off.
Oh,
I was like, where'd that voice come from? Mm. No, I think Cortev's like, well, no one person is an island.
I had to learn how to be whether I wanted to or not. And you see where that ended up.
You learn to survive, but you don't have to survive anymore.
Yeah, I just have to keep all of you surviving. If I can get all of us out of this, I'll remove as many threats as I need to.
Hey, you're getting no argument from me.
and he'll take Cortev over to like his personal workshop, where there's actually it's. How do I want to describe this? Think kind of like Mjolnir armor,
Sure.
sort of. Like this. This is basically designed for hostile boarding actions and doing combat with half-sized mechs in close quarters.
So, your mech, well, your old mech specifically.
Well, more. Have you heard of the Caliban?
No.
Okay, it's basically it was a half-size mech with a gigantic shotgun that was designed for frontline boarding actions to forcibly pacify crews of starships.
Forcibly pacify.
It has a shotgun that can blow holes into the dog.
Huh.
This
An odd way.
is a, more compact version designed for being able to wear inside Lancer frames.
Is your intention to get out and fire at mechs?
It is entirely possible, especially some of the weapon systems in there. Like, and he'll actually like pull out the rifle from its case.
Mhm.
It's like really it looks like a massive sniper rifle that a human would not be able to fire on their own without servo-assisted
Okay.
aims. So, and he'll point like to the middle where there's this like kind of looks like a triple helix, like faintly glowing blue coil. This thing creates superheated sort of. Best way to put it is it takes little shavings of metal, superheats it, and fires it kind of like plasma.
Slag.
Similar, yes. Except it looks almost like a laser.
Plasma slag.
Yeah, but given enough, you hit a target, it's going to do significant damage. Like I said, it's
Okay.
designed for combat against hostile boarding actions and like hostile boarding mechs and stuff like that.
It
I've got
looks
that.
like you have it pretty figured out here, unless there's something else.
Well, it takes 2 people to do maintenance.
I see.
So,
Yeah.
and then there's that shotgun there that he sort of is like resting off to the side.
Mhm.
That's for more close quarters engagements.
Shotguns would tend to be, yeah.
Well, yeah. But basically, I need someone to be keeping an eye on the data flow
Mhm.
while I'm doing sort of the hard maintenance. If you wouldn't mind.
Sure.
Okay.
Because
Yep.
like, hey, you good? I'm gonna go take a walk.
Yeah, don't go walking through walls.
No promises.
You're angry enough you will Kool-Aid man through a wall. Don't do it.
Just gives both of them a little salute and wanders off until they meet up with Jellicoe.
I'll send a place where there's a nice little there's an outdoor place where she can run laps.
Yeah, there's
She's
plenty of
going
little
into
walking
the
trails.
forest to fight bears. She'll be back.
Comes back with a bearskin cloak.
Gee, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me at all. But yeah, if anyone else has something to do, and you're
Yeah,
okay
that's
with it too, Jeremy, that's what
Yeah.
Uriah and Cortev are going to be doing until
Alright.
meeting time.
Feels like you're venting here, but
Does
that's okay.
Corteo would Corteo
he
run
is.
across any odd information?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The
Uriah
design.
doesn't know, but Cortev is mentally taking notes of his workspace and being like, "This is highly inefficient."
Yeah, yeah. Well, for one thing, it is highly inefficient because it's as chaotic as he is.
Yes.
But also the frame is designed for. So basically, the frame is highly durable, designed to take impacts, to survive impacts from small arms mech fire. It has a.
Horus.
It has it has thermal vision in the helmet jump packs so we can like jump around. And the data on the rifle and the shotgun, the rifle, its aiming systems sort of have a rudimentary AI to help it aim, but it definitely takes time to charge. But the power output on that thing could definitely put a significant chunk of damage onto a mech.
How long are you guys working on that?
He's in there until meeting time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So
In the meantime, I think
Next
it'll be a
to
little bit
the-
afternoon.
Next to the dog, you see another mech being built.
oh good lord.
What's a dog building?
What's the dog?
The dog is building. You'll see after meeting with Jellico.
Yeah.
The dog is building a smaller dog, aka the kid.
I'm gonna PM you what we're working on, basically, Jeremy.
Yep.
What's that other mech?
But so yeah, so y'all are working on that. Tiana's continuing to well, not sober up. She's sober now.
she's
Try to recover
trying
from the
to-
hangover,
yeah.
What's
Mhm.
which is taking longer because she didn't eat breakfast. She's just drinking coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Well, she's never been drunk before, so she doesn't know these things.
She was told last night. Unfortunately, she was already drunk by then.
Exactly.
They told drunk Tiana, not sober Tiana.
But y'all get a notice. Why am I blanking on her name? The pale goth chick from the Mad Men.
Slipstream?
Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Slipstream?
I'm trying to remember if it is Slipstream.
Hellstorm or
I think it's
Esther?
Esther. Thank you.
Flamingo?
Esther was the name I was trying to come up with.
We're
I
gonna
kept
get
saying,
that-
well, you have it- you
Helen.
have it
I'm like,
in-
I know
you-
Helen's not it.
You have the pictures in Roll20 with their name at the bottom.
Yeah, you do actually.
That's what I've been looking at this entire
I
time.
forgot I had
Mhm.
made that handout.
Yep.
Every time there's the Mad Dogs come up and you start describing characters, I immediately go to that picture.
Yeah, I have to do that too. Just keep track of them.
Oh.
Jason, I'm going to be real with you. I
Good-
forgot about it
Good
too.
job, Past
Yeah.
Jason. Good job, Past
Past
Jason.
Jason was a genius.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, y'all are dealing with current Jason.
with present Jason.
Well, no.
Jason
Hey,
might have, like-
here's what we'll
Past
blame.
Jason can't be held
You were
accountable for
sick
present
last week.
I was gonna say you have long COVID right now. You're fine.
Long oh dear.
It's Long Pig.
Mm.
So yes, you get a notice
No,
from Esther
not long
that
peg.
Charlie is in his room at the hospital or at the not the hospital.
Infirmary.
Infirmary, thank you. Now they don't plan on leaving him in there very long. They're just doing a check over of him, and then he can be back in the barracks. You know he's in a cast at this point.
But medical technology being what it is, that's probably you're in a cast for probably a couple hours.
They may leave him in it for a day or so.
This
Tooth is
certainly
bigger
than a bone.
light work.
Oh, Jesus.
Slow him down for a bit.
I think Cortev will.
Slow them
if
down
there's
for
still-
24 to 48 hours. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
I
you,
just
at least two
I just
business
imagine-
days.
I just imagine Doc when they say you have to stay in that for a day or two. Doc just goes, just the fist bump, the silent fist bump.
That wouldn't surprise me in the least.
You're not allowed to move around.
All right. Well, I hear that we have a rappy now,
Mm-hmm.
but do we have a Duba?
I'm a figment of your imagination, and Duba's currently dying.
Oh,
That's not,
No,
is his
that's not
cough
allowed.
Still there?
His coughs will never go away.
Ugh.
ew.
They're worse in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure he's not allergic to cats?
He's had. How long have you had this cough, baby?
As we hear him coughing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's had this cough since middle school, so it's not the cats.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
No, they was saying, are we sure you're not allergic to the cats?
Did you
I know
take,
I'm allergic
Did you
to
take my
cats.
allergies away, Duba?
Socks
Speaking
is
of, I'm
wondering,
gonna go
did
grab
you?
allergy medication. I'll be right back.
Socks is
Yeah.
wondering, did you take away his allergies to cats and just take it upon yourself?
It's a sign for everyone to hydrate and medicate.
Hail hydrate.
Yeah, Audrey.
Hydrate with one of these.
I can't see that.
I know. It's a monster.
Oh,
Monster energy. Hydrate with that.
No, don't.
No.
Yes.
That, no,
Yes,
and,
no.
Also,
Yes.
and also,
I'll be
Jason,
picking up one of those for my 3-hour drive.
Yes,
he
Pappy.
also. I was talking with the commander and about the information that I pulled up too. My little conversation with the bull.
Oh, yes.
There's going to be additional information coming from about the incident that started all this.
I think you, yeah, because you had that conversation with him last time, I think.
Yes, like right at the tail end.
Yeah, that's
Well,
part
actually,
of,
no,
that's
it was
part of
du-
why
it
y'all
was
might be
during-
sent on the mission you're about to be sent on.
Yeah.
So what did I miss?
Let's see. The last session.
Insert the rooms you're tearing me apart meme.
No, I mean like what I hopped into before Duba got on the computer and said he had no internet.
Ah,
All right, so there was a bunch of interpersonal drama. Tiana's badly hungover.
Mm-hmm.
Things are tense between Freddy and the twins.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Charlie just got shipped back from the hospital to the base. He got hit by a car in the previous session, if you weren't aware.
I heard about that.
I think we briefed her on everything that happened up to this mission today.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I gave him the TLDR when we went to lunch Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, we got the TLDR from you guys. It's just literally what did I walk into that I missed, you know?
Chaos.
Drama.
Yeah, it's
That's
been all-
basically what I'm kind of coming into, like drama. I'm like, popcorn. Oh my god.
The tea piping
you
hot.
and all the mechanics in the hangar who heard this drama going outside that all rushed up to the door to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My character comes back from a mission. It's like drama. What's going on?
Freddy's standing there with the morality of a Silver Age comic book superhero. The twins are standing there with like a comic book superhero from the 90s.
Yeah.
It's like Age of Apocalypse against Silver Age Superman.
Yeah. You're not far off.
They both have solid points, but conflicting viewpoints.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, Melody and Audrey are just getting back from their last mission.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was all agreed that I was very much Captain Union for going into this. So.
I'm trying to think what the Union flag would look like as a costume.
It's called Captain Britain.
So yes, for the past little while, Audrey and Melody, you have been traveling with a group called the Red Hands.
Do they have
red
red
shirts.
hands?
All their mechs
Have
have
they-
red hands.
Have they ever been caught?
At least the ones that have red hands. At least the ones that have
I'm
hands.
sorry.
Have they ever been caught?
I'm sorry. Because it's me and Jeremy and Carr and Zay and actually everybody who knows me is gonna reach through the screen and slap me for it. They're the Crimson Fists.
I can
Flip
drive
out.
to your house and do that for all of us.
Yeah, I know you
Get in
could.
the car, Rappy. Just put her on your phone and go.
Crimson Fists, the only reasonable children of Dorne.
So wait, you said the ones that have hands have the ones that have hands have red hands.
Right. Well, you know, like
So how many of them don't have hands?
I don't know. I didn't come up with what mix to carry. I just know like mix like the dog don't have hands because they're quadrupeds. So you
They
know,
got
you and all
paws,
don't
though.
have
It's
red
kind of
hands.
hands.
But, you know. but you're not.
Oh, that's
You're just back. You were just.
And I
back up for these guys.
apologize. I apologize. I have to make an amendment for the mech. It's not being printed in house because it's an SSC mech, so it's being delivered as they were
Lord.
working on it.
Well,
As
the
they
thing
were
with
working
SSC
on it.
The thing
Well,
with
it-
SSC is they still will do like printing sometimes,
Yeah.
but they prefer to build in-house and ship.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this one's being delivered.
a lot of them tend to have. Well, if it was delivered, it might be like a couple of years.
Yeah, y'all are off in the boonies. Remember,
And-
it took
Yeah.
you 6
to-
months.
It's probably being
It took you
printed.
six.
Then
It took you 6 months to fly here. So
They will
Yeah.
have workhouses or workshops. Please note, they never have factories, if I'm not mistaken. They just still call them workshops.
Yeah.
Yep.
on
So
So
this one's being
planets.
printed.
So it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
it may be
Yes.
it may be printed locally
I gotta
at one of their
go.
shops and then shipped.
Hashtag not sponsored. Please
Not
sponsor.
sponsored.
You know.
Oh my god.
We're
See,
going to
that
say they have
reminds-
a workshop somewhere in the leagues, and that is where they're putting your mech together, and then they are just shipping it.
I need to say
In
it
its own
sometime.
planet.
Gotcha.
Actually, I was gonna mention it.
But so yeah, Uriah and Cortev, you're still working in the mechanic shop when the red hands come back in. So of course you recognize Aubrey and Melody's mechs.
I think it's just
Are
like
we getting-
I think Cortev just looks up, goes, huh, goes back to everything.
Are we getting a Duba or no?
We are.
Oh,
You
okay.
just between not having internets and getting license level up to 8.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just.
All good.
He's had
You
a
missed-
month to do that.
You also missed
Listen,
a
once we're
golden
done with session,
opportunity.
he's. I'll deal with it when I remember.
And question, since I have not been back since the I think I was I think the very first run of this. That's when.
Yeah, you were there. You were here for the first campaign, the first year. Yeah.
So I'm certainly the indubitably joke has been made multiple times.
No.
No,
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 I don't.
not
I don't know.
really.
I don't know that that's one that we brought that became a regular thing.
We had undulating.
Yeah, I would
Undulating
say our
pop-
main
pops
one
up
was
regularly.
undulating.
Waffle House.
Yeah,
The
Waffle House.
Well, that
Staska.
started the next year after Patrick. was gone.
Staska, yeah.
Staska.
Staska.
Well,
keep-
I was here. I was there.
Yeah,
I
you were
was
here-
there
you
for
were here for
Staska
Staska.
Prime.
Yeah, but we're still trying to stuff Staska in various games.
We
Just
could
roll a
always
20.
we could
I
always
think that
play
was
some
this
more
one.
Esper Genesis at some point, and you can run into Staska.
Where
I don't want
was
to touch anything with the D20.
I was at a tournament last weekend, and this group will get a kick out of this if I can find that picture.
Hmm.
I just want to go. I would like to return to the mines for our next campaign.
I do really want to play some Old Gods. It looks really fun.
There it is.
Yeah, I've never messed with Cypher System.
Neither have I.
Neither have I. We can all learn together.
We'll all learn together.
Do we have a
We can
Duba?
all stumble. We can all stumble through the rule book together.
I see a
I
Duba.
see Duba.
Do we hear a Duba? Cough if you're alive, Duba.
Oh,
Cough if you're
oh,
alive.
Mm,
God,
I don't know. Try that again.
I saw it activate.
No.
Yeah. We're not hearing you, but we see your mic activate.
He has food in his mouth, so he's trying to scream.
Oh.
Don't
Don't
choke.
choke.
To quote the Monday game I was a part of, open your throat and don't choke.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my lord.
That's
Uh,
Jesus Christ.
That literally was from the Monday game I was in when I was still playing with their Monday crew. Is this the monk? I cannot remember his name. Kept going down. So someone ran over with a potion, popped it open while he was unconscious. Went, all right, open your throat and don't choke. It brought him up with a potion.
I'm glad you gave context, because otherwise, I know how people are.
Holy Jesus.
I mean, not me,
I mean-
but other
So
people.
you sorry, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I better say, I'm sorry, sir. You're gonna have to go sit in the back of the bus, where I can't
There you
see you
are.
be doing that.
We're just gonna put you in the trunk tomorrow.
That'd be fine.
I wouldn't fit. I'm
We're gonna
taller
put
than
you in the
both of you.
trunk tomorrow.
Yeah,
You can fold up, right?
just stick him
No.
in the forever box.
Hey, you
You're
know
going
better
into
than
the
anybody.
forever box.
can't remind anybody how creaky my joints are now.
Yeah, you have no knees. It's just all one leg, just one bone.
All right. This has been a super long tangent. Let's get back on.
Okay, all right.
Lock in.
All right. Melody and Aubrey, you're back.
Mm.
You climb out of your mech. You see Cortev and Uriah working on Uriah's mech.
Mhm.
Have y'all seen his beastie mech before? Yeah. Y'all were there when it was getting printed.
They haven't seen it completed.
Yeah, we've only
They saw
only
the in
seen.
process.
Yeah.
Almost as soon as the two of you arrived on base, there's a ping on your comms to be at a meeting with Jellicoe about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You've got enough time to get lunch.
I do go by, check on Charlie Wayne.
So yeah, he's still at the infirmary when you swing by then. If that's where you head after talking to the twins. Nice. So you walk in. Brittany, Oathman, and Diva are all there. With him. Basically not Esther and Doc because they stayed with him all night. So they may or may not have had enough of Charlie Wayne for just a little bit.
Oathman smokes. Esther, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Flamingo, Slipstream, and Smokes is their call signs. Yeah. Smokes has one of his cigars in his mouth, but it is not lit. And even unlit, he's getting dirty looks from some of the nurses when they walk by.
How you doing, Charlie?
I'm bored. They say I gotta stay off of this thing for another couple hours.
Well,
then I'll be hobbling around.
Well, gotta get better.
I asked them if they could just give me metal bones, but I'm sure I've heard of that happening before, but they tell me it's not really feasible.
Maybe in a comic?
Hell no. Well, some people, but sometimes just healing's the best thing you got.
How's Tiana doing? I really wanted to see how she was doing this morning.
She was hungover.
Have you all been talking to her as loudly as possible?
In the time that you've known me, I actively try not to be.
She still flinched when you talked.
Yep. When I spoke, she still flinched. Yeah.
He leans over the table next to his bed, grabs his comm unit.
Oh.
Holds his finger in front of his mouth. Tiana, you get a call.
and Tiana gets a text from me.
Roll to see if you're faster than Charlie Wayne on the phone.
I know what's going to happen if Charlie wins faster. I'm just
back to 8, all the way down to the bottom. Jesus, there I am. I managed to roll the exact same again.
So 13. Charlie Wayne got a 15. So about the time he starts tapping in her number, you realize what he's doing. You're racing to yours. But you get a call comes through. Tiana. Beep beep.
She picks it up. Hello?
Hey, Tiana, how are you feeling this morning?
She throws it across the room, but because of it being so loud, she jumps, throwing coffee everywhere. And then she just throws it across the room, and Charlie hears as the comm probably breaks.
They're pretty durable.
Uriah pauses. It leans out and goes, The hell was that?
Well, she's in the barracks. You're in the mech base.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
She probably would have screamed, "Fuck you, Charlie," just as loud as she could, though.
Even with the commoner across the room, you can hear him just cackling.
So my point still stands. Uriah goes, the hell was that?
And then you hear incoming message from Freddy.
Okay. Please message him saying too late.
Freddy, you get a message from Kokei. Tiana
It
appreciates
says-
the attempt. Rabbit's hologram is like trying to pat you on the back. And Kokei's like, don't worry.
I just imagine she's patting her on the back, but also doing the trying not to laugh.
Kokei's not even trying not to laugh. She's just laughing quiet.
She's just laughing.
Like she's cackling, but it's like she's turned the volume down so it's not as loud as it's supposed to be.
It's at 1%.
You know, and then she whispers, "You don't worry. As soon as you're feeling better, we will plot our revenge."
Ty just gives a thumbs up and goes back to holding her hand.
The last thing you hear from Charlie when he's done laughing is, "Drink a lot of water and be sure to eat something greasy."
Now you tell. God. And she just starts going towards the mess hall. She leaves the comm where it's at. She just goes to the mess hall.
In the hospital bed, he's like, "I hope she heard me." Turns it off. And just had this satisfied smile on his face. It's always a good lesson. Now she'll think twice for drinking more than she can handle.
You could have just told her.
And the lesson doesn't stick that way. This is a lesson she will never forget.
In the far off distance mess hall, Ty is flipping Charlie off.
Just in the general direction of the infirmary.
Yeah, pretty
Both
much.
hands up in that direction the entire walk.
And people are just like, what did I do?
There's been a great disturbance, as if many middle fingers were sent into the air.
If anything, Audrey's just going to be watching Tiana do this while slowly sipping on a cup of coffee. I take it I missed something.
All right, so I'm going to assume Aubrey, just as soon as he got out of his mech, headed to get a late breakfast then.
Pretty much went and got a late breakfast. Of course, his breakfast is, coffee, maybe a pinch of protein powder in the coffee. To ignore the fact of which I need a solid food.
So yeah, when Tina walks in, she is clearly hungover. Hair is all over the place, head's down.
Yep.
Both drones.
She
are
goes
following
up
her.
and gets the biggest plate of bacon they will give her.
Nothing quite like turtle cow bacon. I say that they've got pigs on this planet. So yeah, you get your big plate. Cocaine and Rabbit kind of, when they spot Aubrey, they kind of lean you over there as you're sitting down next to Aubrey, who is still in his, I've just been driving a mech fatigues.
She just one piece at a time, just eating bacon.
At this point, Audrey's just kind of looking over at Cocaine and Rabbit. He's again just kind of leaning in, resting his chin on his fist, and is like, "So which one of you is going to tell me, or am I going to have to try guessing?"
Oh, they send you the video. Because I'm sure they probably, as soon as Ty started drinking, they started recording. So
It's less a full video and almost more of a PowerPoint presentation. It's more like a slideshow.
yeah. Rabbit has the little pointer and she's like, okay, this happened.
Is there like an 8-bit MIDI version of Tequila playing in the background?
They haven't put music to it yet.
They're
They've
still
it
working
time.
on that.
They've apparently been debating songs. Aubrey, they also fill you in on, what happened to Charlie Wayne, the car, the presumably cultists in the car that tried to kill him. I mean, they weren't trying to kill Charlie specifically, but the group in general.
He slowly digests this information, takes a sip of coffee, and is like, "For one, Tiana, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Unfortunately, this is a lesson I cannot help you with. Second, Charlie Wayne's still alive and around? Or
She like slow turns and looks at you. Now when I get my hands on him. And then slow turns back to the bacon and starts eating bacon again.
Audrey was like mid-sip as soon as you did that, and as soon as you finish, you just hear, all right then. Like, well, that tells me that Charlie didn't die from the car accident. Good for him. I don't think anything except the act of God will kill this man. Which is a good thing because, from what I understand from old scriptures, God protects his idiots. But anyway. So, right. That happened. This happened. Anything else I need to know? Anything interesting, you two?
The holograms give you a rundown of the previous mission, all the underwater adventuring. They have picked up that there's some tension between some members of the crew of the team.
A little bit.
Yeah, they don't know exactly what all's going on, but they're maintaining observation to make sure it's not something that will affect the team on a mission, and they don't think it will so far.
Well, good to know. Good thing I tend to stay at the very back of the line. Let's see. Right on that note. Well, I guess I'll leave you two at it. Miss Tiana, if need be, I can get you some aspirin, ibuprofen, or something of in between. Might help the headache, might do you some good. Unfortunately, he rambles at the fact to which you would think in this day and age they would have something for hangovers, but undoubtedly not.
They probably do, but no one will die about it.
Audrey's a social drinker, so I mean, yeah, he drinks, but he doesn't get so hungover to where he can't function the next day.
Yeah. So I was like, I'll be all right. Maybe not my arteries after all this bacon, but I'll be okay. And she continues eating and drinking the water.
You are in truth after about half the bacon. You are in truth already starting to feel a little better.
Yeah.
Because you have been rehydrating all morning. So.
Yeah. Fair enough. Let's see. All right. Looks up back at Coquet and Rabbit. That place doesn't have a small gift shop, does it? Probably not, but you know.
Well, there's the what do they call the little stores on base?
PX.
Yeah, there's a PX. It's got a little bit of everything.
I mean, Vika bought a bear.
Yeah, and they've got some small printers. Even if they don't have something, they can probably produce it as long as it's nothing super elaborate.
Yes, here.
Oh, and that is something, Freddie, that you would have seen in the hospital.
Yeah.
Is he had a card. He had a get well card sitting next to a camouflage teddy bear.
If anything, I'd be like, I'm gonna go bug them for a minute, see if I can't find something worthwhile. I'll be back and hopefully be back before the meetings. So have fun, you three.
That just gives a thumbs up.
The NHP's wave. Melody. Is Melody here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Clapping?
Okay.
Okay, there she is.
Sorry, I'm munching. I don't want to be munching on chips in the mic.
Understandable. Alright, so you got back, you've climbed out of your mech. As soon as he climbed out, Audrey's like, food, and headed off to the commissary. What is Melody going to spend her morning doing?
Probably also getting food. And then probably hanging out with the red hands for a bit longer.
Okay. So Aldrich ran off to get his food. You basically hung around the mech bay for a little bit longer while all the red hands were getting getting their mechs parked, and then as a group, y'all are going to the commissary.
Mm-hmm.
So you get there, you see Tiana. Aldrich's left at this point, but you see Tiana over there finishing off a plate of bacon, with Rabbit and Coquet kind of hovering around her. And there's plenty of other people here. A lot of people in here eating breakfast. But and like I said, when you arrived, you got the message that you've got a meeting with Jellicoe about 1, so plenty of time to eat, and then you go get a shower, maybe even a nap.
Yeah, sure. Probably eat and then shower. And then probably rest or just like relax until the meeting.
I is definitely taking a shower.
Yeah, you get back
Wake her up a little bit more.
Tiana gets back to the barracks after she finishes eating. You're getting ready for the shower. You realize that you'd walked all the way across base to the commissary, eating, and all the way back with coffee, where you'd been drenched in coffee, but you didn't bother to change before you left.
Just didn't care.
You realize you're lucky nobody of any significant rank saw you.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole you're supposed to maintain kind of a presentable.
She probably gets back to the barracks, looks at the coffee on the ground, looks at herself, shit, and then goes immediately to the shower. What the fuck? Sorry, something happened here. Immediately to the shower, then comes back and cleans up the mess.
All right. So it rolls around about meeting time. Vika, you've been on one of the walking trails.
Yeah, she'd make it back in time for the meeting, though.
Oh, yeah.
Mostly because she'd tell us that remind me to start heading back like half an hour before.
Yeah, and she does. And apparently, a set was deep enough in the mech bay that she seems to be unaware of the drama that went on outside.
Good.
Or at least
Probably
she doesn't
for the
ask. Or
best.
at least she doesn't ask you any questions about it.
Probably for the best.
So I assume everybody's going to make it to the meeting on time.
Yeah.
You are professionals, after all. You get there, Jellicoe welcomes you in. This is not in his office. This is in one of the larger meeting rooms since there's so many of you. All right, where did I put? Oh, there we go. Maybe you're being paranoid, Tiana, but you think he seems to be watching you awfully hard as you sit down.
Who? Jellicoe?
Jellicoe. Not like I don't mean not giving you a hard look, but like he's really paying it. It's like he's really watching you. But you're feeling normal-ish now, anyway.
She looks as everything okay, sir?
Oh yes, I was just wondering how you were going to be recovering this morning.
Fine, sir. Fine.
So, Freddie here brought some information to my attention yesterday. Or, I guess it would have been yesterday. He has been in contact with the Lancer Mithras. Who seem to have some information on the destruction of Kaliakra. Which, just to make sure everybody remembers, was the town that it was a territory dispute between the two countries, and then it got bombed, and that's really what kicked off this current war.
I'm going to hazard a guess. The cult popped something in there that annihilated the whole thing and used as an excuse to kickstart the war to harvest the planet.
Someone's been reading ahead.
It's almost like they're insane genocidal maniacs hell-bent on purging the planet for their god.
I reaches over and just punches him in the side.
Ow.
Jellicoe clearly catches there's some subtext here, but he ignores it. We have no evidence specifically that it's the Cult of Inerta that did it. Obviously, that's what we assume. But according to the information Freddie gleaned from Mithras, it was some sort of paracausal. The bomb was some sort of paracausal device. And a paracausal weapon of mass destruction is a big concern.
Yeah.
Now it's been a few years now, so I don't know how much information could be gleaned at the site. But we are planning to send the workshop to Kaliakra to look around. As far as we know, there were no military facilities in the town. In the previous wars, it had exchanged hands multiple times. So neither side had put a whole lot of money into, or a lot of resources into any permanent structures there. But we have been mistaken in our assumptions before. Kaliakra is currently it's currently behind the lines. It is in
our territory.
In Shinar. No, it's behind enemy lines, so it's in Shinar's territory at the moment. Yeah. Has been for a while, but it's basically, according to our reports, essentially unoccupied since the bombing. The vast majority of the civilians living there were killed in the blast, and then the rest were taken in as refugees by surrounding cities, other cities in both nations. It was a few weeks after it happened before the war really kicked off. The initial reaction was everybody kind of getting in there and getting survivors out. Not a lot of investigation, at least at the time, was conducted. A little bit in those initial weeks, but once the war kicked off, we don't know of any investigation the Shinar did after they claimed that territory. They may have done some, but we don't have access to that.
I could try to find it.
We have some people working on that. And if you happen to find operating equipment once you're on the other side, by all means, poke around. This is basically a fact-finding mission. Obviously, you want to avoid enemy forces if possible.
Mm-hmm.
And if you run across any, you want to stop them from reporting your presence.
Works for me.
Question. You said
Yes,
this
White
place
Horse.
is large. This place has been unoccupied since the blast, and you also. What I've learned about it too is. It's the lack of investigation is what bothers me, though.
There was some attempt. Some people tried to get get the two nations to cooperate in an investigation, but the war itself, the tensions escalated and it kicked off before anything really came of that. Now, like I said, the Shinar, within the first month of the war, the Shinar took that territory, and they've held on to it ever since. So they may have done some investigation. All of that happened while Union was still, we had a very small presence on the planet already.
And then we were en route.
And then when the war kicked off, we started upping our presence and stuff. So we were, in those early weeks like that, we were just scrambling, we were just getting started. If we'd had a larger presence here, then perhaps we could have offered ourselves up as a, neutral third party to conduct investigations, but. And, obviously we're not neutral now, so.
Is this why Union was brought in to begin with?
From what we've been able to determine, yes.
Well, we've had a presence on the planet during the last two wars. And we have tried to mediate peace every time.
I meant why we got involved in this one.
But we got involved.
As active combatants.
We got involved in this one. Oh, that's right. He was checking y'all. He was getting permission to pass the information on. That's right.
On
I
to
almost
me.
forgot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was bringing it up earlier, but I think I just forgot about it.
So yes, about how we got involved. Some of that was classified. I have gotten permission to share some of it with you. We came in on the League side. You already know the League was starting to lose the war.
Mm-hmm.
And Union has come in to try and halt that, reverse that. Where in the previous two wars we had maintained neutrality, just trying to negotiate a peace. But the reason we got involved this time, we received some intelligence that the Shinar were preparing to begin construction of a blink gate.
Which one is curious, considering the Union's the only people who have access to blink gate technology.
That is a concern. It's also a very large undertaking. Even one whole planetary government would have a hard time coming together with the resources and the manpower and the expertise to do it. So some nation, just one nation state on a planet, even if it's one of the larger ones, it didn't seem feasible at first. But then we found out how tied into the trade baronies they are. Though we have no direct evidence the trade baronies are involved. Just there seems to be some outside force.
You mean other than those bomber ships that we took care of in space were of trade barony design?
They'll sell those to anybody, though. Union has some of those. I mean, we know the barony is involved with selling them things for the war.
This also raises a question. If they are intending to build a blink gate, that is something that is not easy to hide. Even when we arrived in our ships, one would be visible.
Mm-hmm.
Unless
Because
they
like,
have more
like, well, like
tech.
out of character. Like, I want to say, like, it's almost like the size of like a Halo ring. Almost. These things are big.
Like I said, according to the information they got, it was in the planning stages. But the idea that they would have the idea that they'd have basically the plans for it was alarming. Because I can't tell you how many resources Union has pulled into double checking all of its security to make sure there's no leaks.
This
But
also comes.
Oh, go
Sorry.
ahead. Go ahead. No.
And with the research that I've done in an investigation, the leak, from what I've been able to turn, came from the cult of Inerta. It seemed that no, they wanted them here. They want Union here.
If their goal is to protract the war, us coming in on the League side helps keep that going. That has become a serious consideration of ours, that the information that we had received, the information that got us involved, it could be another manipulation from the Inerta. We have no evidence of this, but it would fit a pattern. You know, we're coming in on the League side, so the League can stay in the fight, the war can keep going. Having done this, we've now ruined the prospect of being the neutral party to negotiate peace.
Yeah.
Though we have had some under table talks with Farland Dan to try to take that role. Since Farland Dan has always been involved in the eventual peace negotiations.
Which must be why they wanted to kill him.
No, Fallen Ann was. Is Fallen Ann the actual country we were at? Basically the.
Yeah, it's the neutral country to the north. It's the neutral country to the north. Y'all were vacationing in.
Fallen Dan was not a person.
Yeah. But they attacked Farland Dan, is what he was saying.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I thought that they may have been sending the critters after y'all. It's up in the air.
Yeah.
But basically, Union feels that we're constantly at least one step behind this cult. Well, not the cult. The cult are probably just nut jobs and easily manipulated people that this rogue and HP, assuming that's what it is.
It is.
Confident.
Uri just says that out loud.
Do we have some? Have you procured some more information to verify that? I mean, it seems like the obvious answer.
I got mentally bitch slapped out of those cultists' nanite implants.
Not much can do that besides, well, you know.
Well,
let me put it into perspective. I connected, and in the span of a microsecond, I was basically given the finger and slapped out of the system. No human can react at that speed.
I'm good. I'm not
Well,
that
there's a
good.
few experimental implants, but generally speaking, yeah. I would. You may not be the best in the, the best at all, but you're good enough. You should be able to put up a fight with about anybody human.
Considering I DDoSed an entire war front.
Good times.
I am more than certain it's an NHP we're dealing with. Especially considering the trend of picking up the names of deities for wherever the heck they happen to be.
Why is that? Jellicoe kind of nods. Yes, Why is that a thing?
Well, considering Raw was a thing.
Raw actually picked its name. It actually just went.
And every single other one since has done the same thing.
Maybe their preliminary human, this is me thinking out loud, maybe their preliminary studies on humans is like humans are dumb and they need a god to follow, and then there they are. Not saying I agree or disagree.
Now the sad fact is, Ra chose the name Ra because, well, it came to give laws. It wanted context.
So why did Horus pick its name? And Inerta, for that matter.
Vika just being really quiet during this conversation.
On your comms, Vika, you get you get a message from a set. I didn't pick my name. Somebody picked it for me.
Sends back a little thumbs up emoji.
Fact of the matter is, I can say with relatively high degrees of certainty we're dealing with a rogue in HP, likely unshackled.
Jellicoe rubs the bridge of his nose. Yes. Yeah. So gathering information is important.
Makes me wonder what other nonsense they're going to bring to bear. Probably won't be too much longer. They have cultists running around with entire bombs of nanites inside of them instead of just suicide pills.
Another question I have is what makes you so important to them?
Well, to quote their cultists, Horus has apparently decided to go neener, neener, neener.
So you may be chess pieces that he's using against them.
Well, I think it's except
The sad fact is, I can actually double verify this coming from the bowl.
He's another chess piece, I take it?
Mongo just pawn in game of life now. But anyway. The sad fact is, we're basically game pieces on a board that I don't even think we understand we're a part of right now.
We certainly don't know the
Immediate
rules of this
answers.
game yet.
It's
One
weird,
thing
we've been playing it since January.
Well, you've been gone for a few years, Patrick. That's par for the course.
Yeah.
About December, we start to get it down, get the rules to whatever game we're playing down. But no, Jellicoe's like a. It makes me wonder if any of the other unshackled NHPs are playing games in the background that we're not aware of. Not necessarily here specifically, but just in general.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Also, there's a sudden cut. You see Whip's little drone juggling, and he just kind of looks awkwardly.
Ty looks at Koke and Rabbit. It's like, oh. The only NHP that Ty doesn't really know the backstory for is Koke. She doesn't know the full story. So.
Yeah. Rabbit and Koke just sort of shrug like, I don't know. Aset makes no comment.
Vika's just going over what she knows about Egyptian goddess Aset in her head. Like, what very little she knows. Like, that's a name. That's a full name right there.
I mean, considering Aset is involved with Horus, like their stories.
Yeah.
I think it's you linked it.
I wanted to be called Steve. They made me a set.
I want to be Steve. No, I want to be Steve.
I want to be Steve.
Aren't we all Steve?
So
No.
to sort of put a nice little bow on this, we go in, extract information, and eliminate anyone who sees us.
Correct. We will be sending a small support team with you.
And it
In-
feels
in
need to
case there are
bring this
prisoners
up.
to be, in case there are prisoners taken. Yes, Freddie.
Mostly because
There's a visible eye
do we
roll
know
from Raya.
do we know of any civilians in the area? I'm talking even like people still living in the woods in the area.
It's a very arid area. It is certainly possible. Most everyone from the city was extracted. It's quite possible that somebody was stubborn and stayed behind. Or that people that or that people looking for just somewhere to hunker
Hide
down.
out.
Yeah, to hide out.
Welcome, stalker.
Criminals,
Oh,
black market
no.
type. There could be anything there. What little bit we managed to see with satellites, it doesn't look like there's a lot of activity. But you keep your eyes out. Be prepared in case there's any surprises there. And considering we can't seem to avoid surprises in this mess.
There will be.
Yes.
I can only promise I will avoid killing everything there if they are civilians.
We are accepting surrenders of anyone who surrenders. Obviously, people are going to die in a fight, in combat. That's going to happen. We're sending a support staff to take care of the prisoners.
If you're fighting a normal war, you'd be correct.
Well, you'll be
Only
crossing the front lines into Shinar territory. You may very well run into
Yes.
some Shinar.
But if we're dealing with the cult,
We'd very
there's
much
only
like to
two
have some more of
ways
them to
that's
question.
going to go down.
You've brought us cult prisoners before.
Yeah, and now
One of
they
them
are
even
arming
one of them's
themselves
even
as
been entirely reasonable.
Todd just places a hand on his arm.
Does anyone here know what deep operative operations are like when it comes to dealing with things like this?
Unfortunately, yes.
The rank and file who aren't sworn to their cause, they might be reasoned with if you're lucky. Zealots, the ones we're dealing with now, the ones that arm themselves with nanites and turn themselves into grey goo bombs to eat everything around them, there's only two ways you beat that. Either the thought of facing you is so fracking terrifying that they lose the will to fight, or you annihilate enough of them that they have no operatives left to send.
And when everybody's dead and only Nerda remains,
Then that's less he can throw at us.
We
And
have
that just
specialists
means
on
he
hand
found some more.
to handle deprogramming. It's not going to be 100% effective, but if we can deprogram one of your zealots, there's no telling. And even if we can't deprogram them, working
even
information
Commander-
out of them is still possible.
Sorry for interrupting, Commander, but how effective were you at removing any of the implanted nanites from any of the creatures we captured without it killing them? Because the second they touched air, gone.
Oh, yes, they
All
have
it
the
took-
self-destructs built in.
Yes, but all it took was the cultist saying, I failed. That's it. And now they're
Which
gone.
makes sense for a deep cover operative.
As
working
well
in enemy
as
lines.
the street, the sidewalk, the car, almost my sister.
It was only part of the car.
And Twins can't. Real quiet beside him. Let him play the games they want to play.
Jellicoe continues. Mr. Cohen, if you do not feel that you can follow your orders, you can be excused from this mission.
See how many bodies you pile up by the end of it then.
It's war that's going to happen regardless.
Let's try not to make any more than we have to.
How quaint.
He then goes on to show you the layout of the land and more detail, more of the baseline details of here's the route, here's the route you can most likely travel. We don't know what the patrol patterns are in the area. It doesn't seem to be extremely heavily patrolled or anything, but that was weird.
We lose sound or?
No, Avast just gave me a pop-up that
Oh,
blocked some stuff out.
Ew, vast, gross.
Yeah, it's a bad habit. All right. So, did any of the rest of you have any questions about the mission for Jellicoe?
Nope.
All right. And obviously, Melody and Audrey here, so obviously they're going with you as backup. He does apologize to Melody and Audrey about how they're not really getting any downtime between missions right now.
Sir, I have no qualm. You're talking to someone who has done nothing but artillery work his whole life. As long as I'm close to the front line, I'll ensure that they have some type of support.
So you leave out in the morning. Your orders as written up in their system will basically look like you're just going on a patrol. Just in case there's anybody leaking information on this side. Other than that, you'll leave out in the morning, so you're dismissed to prepare however you need to. Melody and Audrey, he suggests that you rest up, get some sleep. Then if there's nothing else, he dismisses you.
Well, go prep Whip.
We'll ask you how the mission went. Or how the briefing went, rather.
Briefing went fine, but it's bad when you can see the same mistakes made over and over again.
Whip just nods, whistles at you. Yes, he's been reading up on human history. Yes. That does seem to be a thing. Doesn't seem to be something NHPs do as much.
Yeah, that's what worries me about this. Seems like the same script's being followed twice, though. History doesn't repeat, but it does like to rhyme.
Alright, so what are y'all doing to prep? Anything in particular?
I's going to check out her new mech, but then she's going to message the group and ask the dog or something smaller.
Bring whatever you're most comfortable with.
And I just kind of ask, we saw you working on something new. What do you got?
A surprise. Support still, but something I think would be fun.
Well, no time like the present. But if you feel the other one's more going to be tactical for this game,
Well,
take
the
what
only
we
thing
take what
is,
tool you need.
if I go big, it's easier to find.
Does anybody
Roger.
else voice an opinion?
Hey, Audrey will chime in. Hey, if you got something smaller, go ahead. Unfortunately, I would like a little bit more field testing of my new toy, and unfortunately, it rivals the size of your dear sweet rabbit.
I was wondering whose Harrison mech that was.
Yeah.
I believe it's a
Again,
Barbarossa.
it was a Barbarossa.
AKA the cannon that moves.
Yeah, I've got
I
one.
have
I've got one right here, printed out.
Oh, sick.
Nice.
I have one question, and my question is during our downtime, are we able to change up our pilot talents? Is it something we can do during our license level up or downtime? I can't
pilot
remember.
talents are kind of like your skills. Those actually stay between missions. They're not interchangeable. At least
I
not
don't
Well,
unless.
I feel like I read somewhere that when you license level up, you can change it. Your
Oh,
pilot
okay.
talents. But I
Let's see,
can't remember.
talents like licenses or manufactured ranks. 1 to 3. You start with 3 rank 1 talents. When your pilot levels up, you can either increase a talent to the next rank or choose a new talent at rank 1.
Oh, excuse me. Am I thinking of the wrong thing? Maybe I'm thinking. Excuse me. Hold on. Core bonuses. Excuse me. Core bonuses. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I
Core
apologize.
bonus. Yeah, core bonuses are like basically you're swapping out internal mechanisms. So yeah, that is something that
Yeah.
can
I
be
think
done.
you can swap that out. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna use that to swap up so that my mech is smaller.
All right. So which mech are you going with?
The Emperor.
The better question is, do you have a golden throne?
Get out.
I
Ah.
thought it was clever, but never mind.
Mhm.
Look,
Thank you, sir. So yes, there is
No
a way
problem.
there is a way you can change the talents
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
when you license them. You can actually respec. And changing
Look.
one core bonus for another is specifically listed too. So yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm just going to inform you right now. This Barbarossa has an assault rifle and a siege cannon. Because I heard you wanted something dead 3 clicks out.
Wanted something dead that we haven't even seen yet go.
All right, Carl, what size is the Emperor?
If I remove from Orient frame, a size 1.
Are you removing that frame?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
To
I don't
make it
think I
small.
have an Emperor token ready to go.
Well, we can get one before next week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is the basically that's the overshield for everyone mech, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the mech that if I give someone an overshield, they get that plus my grit, pretty much. Like, yeah,
And I want to say you get overshield on top. Basically, for every overshield you give, you also get overshield.
Storm Shield. The Emperor's HP is not increased by its pilot's grit. Instead, I get overshield 6 plus my grit.
Okay.
Imperial Vestment. Whenever I grant an overshield to another, I get that overshield. If the Emperor gains overshield from any source, including this trait, it increases its current overshield by amount, but it cannot exceed Storm Shield. And then Sovereign Preference. Once per round, this is not a frame trait. Once per round, when the Emperor targets it's a frame trait, excuse me. When the Emperor targets a character with an attack, it can condemn that character, forcing them to make an engineering save. On a failure, the target takes +1 damage anytime they take damage until the start of the Emperor's next turn.
That's a shame.
And then she has She has it has basically an integrated mount that it's a bow, and then she has a warp rifle as well. So she's holding a rifle.
Okay. All right. So
You-
y'all
you-
spend the evening or the afternoon and evening getting getting all your stuff together. The support crew is going to be traveling with you. Comes by and introduces themselves. They'll be driving something very similar to the APCs that y'all have dealt with before. And they'll have various miscellaneous equipment that you need. Better camping supplies than you carry with you just in your mechs. All in all, them being there will make it just a more pleasant trip. And if you have to take prisoners, they have the facilities for that. And by facilities, I mean the drugs to keep those people asleep till y'all get back.
Yeah.
Oh, also, one other thing that'll make this particular mech terrifying. Anyone ever seen a Barbarossa fly?
Oh no.
I guess
They
we're
don't
about to.
look very aerodynamic.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Congratulations, your boy is sporting a rapid burst jump jet system on this with Ace 3.
why is that refrigerator flying?
Well,
I heard-
considering, because I want to say like the Blackbeard's weird cable system that lets it like basically it can Spider-Man swing. I know you can put that on the Barbarossa too. So
Yeah.
Spider brick.
However, it's more amusing to quick action, spin up the thrusters, and nominate a character within range equal to my speed, line of sight, and gain supersonic reaction of basically teleporting right beside them. Sup?
What was the
How'd that Cadillac get
name
here?
of the? What was the name of the? Is it the Yamato, the flying ship?
I think so.
Space battleship Yamato.
Mm.
Where they
that's
literally
it.
pull up the Yamato that was sunk in World War II and turn it into a spaceship.
Yeah.
Battle cruiser.
As one do.
Yeah.
Because the Yamato is
Yeah.
a big freaking deal in Japanese culture.
Yeah, which is unfortunately also why that would never happen because they found the Yamato and it's in chunks.
Yeah.
Okay, so you pull the chunks up, figure out how to piece stuff around it, and keep going.
Kitsunguri, come on.
All right. So the next day, y'all head out. You spend a day doing once y'all get out to the front, you spend a day doing the patrol. The patrol that's kind of the cover for the operation. Before meeting up with the support crew, and then y'all's kind of head off into towards the front lines in Shinar territory.
Oh, real quick, one thing just for the funsies. After the meeting, Audrey would have done one thing. He would have stopped by somebody's room, left a small bear and bouquet of flowers with a card saying, "I hope you're doing well, and I hope your patience is still there."
I'm sure Charlie Wayne appreciates another bear.
Oh no, it ain't for Charlie Wayne.
I know. And as soon as you said patience, that became fairly obvious.
Because he can only imagine how irritated they are having to deal with Charlie Wayne's boredom. There's probably not a book thick enough that could probably crack his skull.
But and by the time you did that, Charlie Wayne was probably back in their barracks. In
They could
fact,
legally get away
I'm going to
from
say
him.
that you slip in and leave the gifts, and that Charlie Wayne is the only person that spots you.
Uh-oh.
And then he gets like extra loud, like he's making a distraction for you.
In the back of Audrey's mind. Ah, yes. Thank you, Charlie Wayne. What would I ever do without you?
But yeah, so Kaliakra is in a fairly arid spot along the border. A lot of the border territory is fairly arid. As you're approaching the front line, though, you're traveling. You're in kind of the contested area, so both sides are have patrols out in this area, and you're using valleys and little canyons and whatnot to try to conceal your movements as much as possible. Let me jump y'all over to the map. Because y'all are probably still looking at one of the undersea maps.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, you are not sharing a brain cell currently.
I did put
Alright.
a small little token in Discord there, Jason, if you needed to use it.
Oh, let me look at the Discord.
What do you have? A gun! No!
Mm-hmm.
If I could put a bow on its back, I would, because it has both, technically.
Alright. Let me see what that looks like if I just drop that directly on the map.
Prepare for huge.
Very likely. Very, very likely.
Behold.
Oh,
Oh,
not
hey.
that big.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
about
bigger
as
than
big
our
as
stuff.
the dog was. But
It is.
Aw, it shrunk. It shrunk weird, but that's okay.
I can get an icon later.
Yeah.
I was going to give you just a generic Everest, but yeah, this should work all right.
Yeah. It's a little squeezed, but it's okay.
Yeah, and I'll get a proper icon made by next week. So
No worries.
And who's rocking the lich? Or
I believe
Melody?
that's Rappy.
ah,
so yes, this is the Lich is Melody's new one, and Grid Space y'all are familiar with. Whip y'all are familiar with.
Actually,
Oh no.
Grid Space is using something different.
Oh yeah, wasn't it all
Uh-oh.
One Piece now?
Yeah, it's all one piece now.
Yeah, that
So
happened last mission.
Yeah,
Or
my
last session.
new one is
okay,
called
I managed to
Unspoken
resist
Promise.
making.
Unspoken Promise.
Mm-hmm.
I managed to resist making a terrible joke.
Oh, and my lich is called the Best Intentions.
Oh no.
Only has the best intentions.
I'm sure.
And what's the Barbarossa's name?
Steve.
It's sudden intervention.
That's a good one. I like
Very nice. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna go with emotional support railgun, but let's go with that.
it.
What's your make do? It's my emotional support.
You're like on the top of the railgun, like stroking it.
The Barbarossa gives you a hug, which was ill-advised, as it breaks most of your bones.
All right.
Grid Space is just Grid Space Mark II.
Yep.
All right. So as you start to enter this valley or this little canyon, you suddenly pick up hits on your sensors,
Mm-hmm.
and it's one of those if you're picking them up, then they've just picked you up.
Yeah.
It appears to be a scout squad. In the twisting and turning of the canyon, you have it's actually like they were coming up kind of behind you. So you're actually between them and getting deeper into Shinar territory. So your win conditions for this little scenario is you're trying to prevent them from getting off the map on y'all side.
Oh, neat.
Because you do not want
Okay.
them reporting your presence.
Okay.
Are we set to start combat then?
Yeah, we will get a few rounds. Should get a few rounds in, a couple of rounds in.
Okay.
Let's not get too ambitious.
I would like to start first then.
Okay.
Because if the goal is not to get them on our side, I think I'm the most qualified to do that right now.
Do it.
All right. I will move my movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is my new movement. Yes, it is. I will take my first. I'll take my first quick action to deploy a Tempest. Tempest
Okay.
fella.
I had one of your drones already on the map here. Okay, you found it.
Yeah, I don't have an auto drone anymore. So that will be my
yay!
Tempest.
Sorry, go ahead.
Tempest one.
I'll tell you.
Yep. I will deploy a Tempest drone.
All right.
My brother and Horace, you haven't brought any drones? What's wrong with you?
Bro, CompCon does not track Emperor's overshield at the start, so I have to keep track of it every time we do a combat. So
Oh,
You
fun.
can add a
Usually I have
custom
20
counter. To
Oh
the
no!
thing.
I have to. It's overshield, so I add it to my overshield. It just doesn't add it automatically. Yeah. So I have to add it.
I am going to
That's
hold.
not what where is that? There it is.
Yeah, I'm going to hold a tech attack or an invade attack for the first person to come within sensors.
Okay.
If it happens.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen, but it might. And that's it for me.
All right. Then we're going to start up with this little fella right here. He's got to move a 5.
Mm-hmm.
So 5. Then he will burst for another 5. Let's see, what is his sensor range?
Good God.
It's thundering over here, so if I suddenly go out, that's what happened.
Yeah.
All right, that's his move then. Back over to the workshop and friends.
Let's see.
Oops, sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I'm just thinking aloud.
And I'm trying to remember with the Barbarossa, can you actually move while it's charging, or?
No, if I actually start to charge the Apocalypse Rail, if I do any move action at any point, could be on the very last die, if anything causes me to move, it's reset.
Yeah, you're basically just a turret, yeah.
Yeah, I basically become a turret until I fire said Apocalypse Rail. Yeah, because it states that if you move even involuntary or become stunned or jammed, the Apocalypse Rail resets to 4 and then continues to count down as usual.
Yep.
So anything that could literally cause my mech to just derp for a moment or have him shift like a space, yeah, no, it's a reset.
Yeah, this is where my little that reaction lock that keeps people from being moved.
Will
That
come
might be
greatly in handy.
Yeah.
Because, like, oh, I'm going to charge the apocalypse rail. Jason tries everything to move me. I shall not move.
All right. So who is going next?
All right, I will. Someone else had something to say.
Now I'm gonna go
Third-
second to last.
Okay.
All right, sounds like you're up then, Freddie.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this like a higher up perched position,
Yes.
or?
Yeah, that is
Alright.
essentially getting to the top. There's essentially too high.
No, I've got the high stress bag.
Oh, that's right.
Basically,
That's
it lets me walk up walls. So I'll make it. Basically, I started here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's probably a better spot.
right. Okay.
Yep.
Do remember you still have to have the 2 movement to go up the wall. So it would cost you 7 to get there.
Okay, so I'll boost to get up there then.
Okay, that's fine. Which still leaves you with 1 action. Maybe more if you still got that frame trait thing.
I'm gonna hold off on that, and I will go ahead and activate my. Which one is that?
You probably that
As we're
shield.
not having. Yeah, I'll activate my bubble shield.
Okay. And what is the range on it?
3 from me, so it's a 3 burst. So currently, right now, grid space 2 is covered by it.
Well, let's see. You're too high. Yeah, well,
so
I'm not even going to try calculating that. Never mind. Yeah, he's covered.
Don't try the Pythagorean theorem.
Math, not even once.
Not even Mel.
I reject your math and substitute my own.
Someday I'll have to tell you about the time that we actually did all that with a fireball in 2nd edition AD&D, but now is not the time.
I've heard tales of these, and I feel sorry for you.
Oh no, it worked right. They took out all kinds of goblins. Anyway, it was the players doing it to me, not me doing it to the players. All right, so that's you two. Next up. All right, that was the Hive. Went first, so that's the end of his turn.
Sorry, I don't know why I find it funny, but it's like, yes, I also remember. I'm Colossus. If any of you in your turn next to me, congratulations, you have hard cover.
All right, so you got a berserker running up.
Well, you are a building for all intents and purposes, so.
A small building. All right, back to y'all. The berserker ran
I'll
and then
go.
boosted to run some more.
Yeah, I'll go.
All right. What's the little rabbit going to do?
And the little rabbit is going to run up here. She's going to do 2 quick actions or quick text. First thing is she's giving grid space Imperial Eye.
Neat.
Basically, if something gets near you, it does a disruptive charge, and they have to make an engineering save or be knocked back, knocked prone, shredded.
Yes.
And
you
then
get
her
a taser.
and her second quick action is Uriah. You have Walk of Kings.
Oh God.
What
All
does
of your
that do?
attacks are AP.
Do I get any overshield with that?
You get 6. You get 8 overshield. You get 8 overshield. While you have the overshield, all of your melee attacks get AP, and the first time each turn that they hit with a melee attack or take damage from a hostile character, they release a burst 1 energy blast from centered on them. All hostiles in the affected area take 1 AP energy. That happens every single time you hit with a melee or attack.
This synergizes very well with what I was going to be doing.
Well, you're a melee fighter. I'm pretty sure that would synergize with whatever you're
So-
doing.
Let's see. I moved here, so that's 6. I gotta get used to my new movement, which is only
No, you're
5. So I technically have moved here.
Only.
So only 5.
Only 5.
Yeah, only
Alright.
5.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
She's still doing. She's doing, supporting things.
More the same. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just her overshields are more powerful now.
So I'll ask that question when I take my turn. Because my brain is derping on the cell system.
So for every 1 movement, it's 1 cell.
Did I get over shield for you buffing me, or is that just?
Yes,
Just
you
saying.
did.
I-
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that one does not give you overshield. That just gives
Right.
you like a get near me and die.
Well, I'm technically a melee fighter now, so we'll get in there.
Okay.
So you're gonna like what I'm gonna be doing too, then, Deca.
We will see.
No, you will. Trust me.
Alright, within line of sight and sensors. You're definitely in his line of sight.
Is that
I need to
the
just get something on the
bombard?
dog.
Ah, but you're 1 away from his sensors range. Okay, never mind. Carry on then.
Is that the bombard?
We don't know.
If we
Well,
don't know, he's not
Well,
going to
same
answer.
tokens, but we've run into them before. Like that's the cataphract, that's the hive, that's the berserker, that's the assassin, that's the priest. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what these 2 are.
Steve and
One of
Steve
them is the
just-
archer. I think this is the archer down here.
That's the archer. Okay, I think so.
Yeah,
that
I think
one's
that's the
bombard.
archer.
That is what it's representing, and I think that's the right token.
Yeah.
Works for me. I was sitting there like mentally cataloging. Okay, which one was which?
Alright, so that's all he can do. He didn't quite get within sensor range.
Okay. I'll go next because I want to ask the question. If, say, my siege cannon has a range of 30, is it 30 tiles out?
Mhm.
Yes.
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 Yeah, 30 hexes, yeah.
So from your area, you can go
Off
all
the map.
way here.
Almost off the map.
Oh no, no,
Yeah.
it starts here.
Oh, is it one in front?
Mhm.
Then yeah, it's
Oh, at least for AOE
Right.
stuff. If you're talking about like a line weapon or a cone or something like that.
basically
check.
everyone is in your range.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
Hey, hey, Duba, hey Duba, hey Duba,
uh,
play Battleship, buddy.
well, see,
You seem to be talking a lot of crap with some very good grid coordinates, sir.
Yeah, talking a lot of shit with someone with really solid looking grid coordinates.
Thank you, Russian Badger. Anyway,
Uh huh.
okay. So, on that note, first thing, quick action, siege stabilizers go. AKA, I now get another 5 hexes worth of range. Not that I need it, but more stabilization for my shots.
what is a map?
Jason over there taking notes. Make map bigger.
I've heard tales of maps. What are
one-
they?
No,
That
make
unfortunately
Barbarossa for bad guys.
That too.
That's. I will go ahead and say this as a forewarning. That still won't help. Just letting you know.
What
Yeah.
won't help?
Having a Barbarossa
about
on the
what
enemy
Jason said.
team, that's not gonna help.
What you got? Cuba?
I'll show you when it gets to my turn. You're gonna like it, I promise. Because you can also make use of it too, Jeremy.
Hell yeah.
Fun times. I'm going to attack with my siege cannon.
Also, yeah, so range is measured from any edge of the attacking character.
Mm.
So,
You've put your mech into upright position.
Basically, yes. And luckily, the siege cannon is arching, so I don't need line of sight. I just need to lob.
So who are you lobbing at?
Oh, that's a good question.
If it's an AoE, just,
Is it an AoE or is it a one target thing?
Actually, no. It is a blast 2.
Okay.
Oh shit.
so,
So you do,
It's like a
so
nice
you do
target
have to
rich
pick, yeah, you
area.
do have to pick your target.
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting anyone, but
I see the suggestions, and
on. come on, everybody, click that spot.
Yeah.
Let's get a disco
Let's
going. Come on.
so where everyone's loving to ping, I will state that will be the shot location.
All right. And you make,
You
if
have
I
to roll
remember
for
correctly,
each
you make
one,
one
right?
roll and we compare it to everybody's evade.
I thought it was the other way around.
Is it?
When you roll.
It's a roll for everybody.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Each individual person gets.
All right. So let's start with the first guy. The one everybody was pinging.
Yeah, and because of this, I get because the auto stabilizer hard point, I get a
Accuracy?
+1 accuracy.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so 18 to the attack roll.
All right. His evade is an 8, so you hit him.
Woohoo!
And what horror does this weapon unleash on people?
3d6.
What are craters? I'll take craters for 500, Alex.
So mark as a hit. That does 9
Let's look on
damage.
the board. Show me craters.
All right. Is it armor piercing?
No, it's just explosive.
Okay, so 9 damage minus his armor. Well, he's in a bad shape all of a sudden.
Okay. And so next person, we are going to do 19 for the hit, for attack.
All right, we'll do that one on the cataphract. His evade is a 12.
All right, rolling damage. 14.
All right, that is a hit.
Now, the annoying thing is it is not really allowing me to redo rolls, so...
just use roll 20.
Yeah, it's just 36. So.
Okay, we'll do roll 20.
Or I've got actual dice. I could roll actual dice for you if you'd like.
I kind of like the roll 20 so we can see in real time how much destruction this man is wreaking.
Mhm.
But that's just me.
Roll 20 loves us, remember?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
roll
does. The
20
die roller
months.
does. And that's what I'm concerned
Okay.
about.
Sometimes it does.
Especially when it's like, oh hey Ty, you're trying to blow this dude's head off? Okay.
I got you,
Okay.
Bay.
So,
Mhm.
technically, it's a d20 plus 4 and plus the 1 accuracy, so it's a 20 plus 5. So back to here. Okay, so that's the 2 done. So do my 5. And roll. 15 to hit.
Oh, I thought you'd already rolled to hit the cataphract. I'm sorry.
No, this is... Was it not hitting? It's a blast 2.
Yeah,
So
but you
is
need
it
to
only...
roll the damage for. Have you already hit the cataphract?
Yes, I've done 2 attack rolls to hit the 2 people involved. Is it
Yeah,
not a
you have
third
to do
one?
attack rolls per frame that's getting hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're doing 4 attack rolls total. You've done 2. That's
Correct.
your third, I think.
Correct. So for whoever this one is, he can deem whoever.
For
Okay.
whom it may concern.
Well, I'm just saying, like you rolled to hit the cataphract. How much damage did the cataphract take?
He's
So
wanting
roll your
you to
3d6 for
roll.
damage.
Oh no, So the first roll of damage was only 9 damage. The second roll of damage was 14.
Okay. That's what I needed.
Okay.
Jesus, 3d6. Hello, yes.
Alright.
You want to be on this side of map? No, my friend.
Alright. Cataphract's
You
in
stay
bad
on
shape.
that side of map.
And then the 15 there was your third
Was third
attack
attack,
roll,
yes.
so that's on the priest. His evade is a 10.
Woo! Okay, so now... What did we say it was? 3d6, okay, so... d6, 3. I don't think there's any bonuses, so let me take those away down to 0. Yeet. 6.
No, my friend. You stay on that side of map. Thank you.
Alright. And then the little guy over here, which is a hornet, I believe.
Alright, rolling to hit. Ow.
The hornet's
That
evade
one-
is a 16.
Intel die. Add 3d6.
Alright, bet. Please hold as I add 3d6 to the roll. And I will get rid of the accuracy there. Yeet. 12 plus 7, let's go.
19.
Alright, that is a hit. Roll your damage.
Alright, rolling 3d6 again. Yeet. 10 damage.
I'm so glad I took field damage.
Amazing.
Okay, so it has an ability called Weave.
Uh-huh.
Each round, the first attack made against the hornet as a reaction automatically fails.
As a reaction.
That's right. The attack has to be a reaction, not the...
So like an Overwatch attack.
Correct. All right.
Yeah.
I misread or misunderstood that when I read it.
I've played XCOM. I know that one.
All right, then carry on with your damage.
It was 10 damage.
It was 10.
All right.
Hi, congratulations. I'm Duba. I stopped going missile and decided to actually go artillery.
Okay. First casualty of the night.
Everyone in that little cluster's like, what just happened?
The bad part is he's so far over, I'm
hold
having trouble getting him on the screen where anybody can see what happened to him. There we go. So, Uriah, do you still have that thing where you know when a mech gets below the halfway point? Yeah, that's everybody he just hit.
That's fantastic. I love that.
After that one shot, Audrey just like waits for a second to hear the impact, and it's just like, did I get him?
Where's the kaboom?
You hear on the comms, yeah, 3 of them are really bad, and one just kind of blipped and it's no longer there.
Actually, to confirm, yeah, that 3 of them
still
look
about-
pretty rough. One of them smoking.
I love how this whole team suddenly turned into Dupa spotters.
Fantastic! I have a target-rich environment. I'll wait for the reload.
I don't know if it's involuntary, but the burning one's still twitching, though. Wait, no, it stopped. It stopped.
Curls in like a spider.
I hate that.
All right. So
Sorry, continue. I'm done.
So
Barbarossa's
the
nasty.
3 over here that you just shot that are still alive are definitely going to go their separate ways.
Scatter!
Scatter!
Remember what they taught us: dip, dive, and dodge.
Oh, however,
Hello.
I will make this one quick remark though. For those of you who actually pay any attention to the Barbarossa, you're gonna notice he a wee bit toasty.
Oh,
Because the unfortunate thing is, for each time that gun is fired, I take 4 heat.
That
Yeah.
tracks.
Wow. It makes sense.
I
Makes
can
sense 'cause that's a really
I can
stout
fix it.
something.
Mm-hmm. It's a
I can
super
fix
heavy
it.
cannon, I think.
It's a siege cannon, my brother.
I'm saying its classification, I think, is a super heavy cannon.
yes, it is actually.
Yeah.
All right.
Here's the best part though. I come in 2 firing modes. I can either have it go in an arc, or I heard you wanted point blank.
Mm-hmm.
Because it can go direct fire mode.
All right, this guy moves his 8 and then bursts to move his other 8.
Mm-hmm. By the way, is that Jeremy? Does that get into your tech range? You did
Good
have that.
question.
You did have that hold action for when something got
What
into your
Mhm.
range.
He does.
range is that?
I don't know what the range is, but he
It
does have
is outside of my range, unfortunately.
Okay.
Good looking out though.
No, you're good. Does the movement into your range have to be voluntary?
I don't know. That's a GM question, not a Deca question.
What it?
I would imagine not.
I mean, if it's in your range, once it goes into your range, voluntary or
Yeah.
not, that would
bump
technically
him into the
be-
range, but still put him in the range.
I was gonna say it's like an if then statement. If here, then this.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
If
Look,
broken, don't repair.
Anyway, he's taking out his rifle and he is shooting at either whip or grid space. And I'm gonna
Okay.
roll a dice to see which.
also, Deku, please, let's not add logic gates to this.
That's
Alright.
kind of my entire.
So
Horus.
even will be whip, odd will be grid space.
Well, there's the
All right.
kicker.
I get
His
it. Odd because he's Horus.
Racist.
We'll pretend that I did that on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Sorry, I
Whip.
gave my GM a lot of credit.
He is firing his assault rifle at you,
All right, I am also.
and he's at he's got a difficulty because you're under your shield, correct?
Correct, and also I'd have the 50-50 since I boosted, I'm technically invisible.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. I'm just going to roll the 50-50 first. We're on a D20, and he is trying to roll high, so 11 to 20, he hits you.
All right.
And he rolled a 1. So I'm not even going to bother rolling anything else because he failed the 50-50, so he misses.
Just imagine it hits a rock and ricochets off to just in a different direction, like an old western.
He saw the shimmer, but what he thought was the edge of the shimmer was the opposite edge of the shimmer, so he was firing into empty space and not.
He chose poorly.
These guys are not
He did.
making a good showing. Back to the workshop. Who we got left over here? I think so. We got
Rappy,
several.
you go ahead.
Yeah. I guess I'll move.
Show us what a lich can do.
It blips out of existence.
Then I am going to. Well, start of the scene, my soul vessel would have been dropped here.
All right. Does that take an action, or is that just something you can do?
That is just the start of my turn. I set down a soul vessel at the current location.
Gotcha.
And then I am going to. Docs, where your character at?
I'm the dragon boy there.
Okay. How far can I lock on again?
What's in sensors? I think.
Sensor range.
Alright. This is an enemy, right?
Yes.
I'm going to do 2 quick actions.
Okay.
I cannot lock on as a quick action, but that is fine. I'm going to do a quick tech, so I'm going to haste.
Okay.
Dox's mech. For the rest of the scene or until you take damage, they may boost 1 round as a free action during their turn. So I guess every time you take a turn until you take damage, you can do a free boost.
I have ace. That is so much movement.
That
Flash
Hey,
of
that's
light.
fine.
Flashing back to his days in the Atlas.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you also have a ton of heat.
I
Which is
can't
Where am
lock
I?
on
Yeah.
as a quick attack. All right, so I'm
Where am
gonna
I?
do.
Yes.
So I am going to lock on this character, this enemy. And then I am going to then, like I said, haste. So. And that is my turn.
All right.
Okay.
Jumping back over here. We will let the cataphract go. He's fairly fast, but has crappy range.
You're supposed to get all up in there.
Yep. Let's see, that'd be 8, and then boost for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, that's all he can do. Back over to the workshop. Do we just have the twins left now?
I
Yeah.
think so.
So
You can't see it, but I'm making the like Vanna White go motion.
yeah. So I am going to quick action use create entrance.
Uh-oh.
I don't like the sound of that. I do not like the sound of that. So what does that do?
Creates entrance.
Exactly as advertised.
I'm over here now. As I dig through the earth and pop back up there.
And anyone can use the tunnel.
No, only us and allies, not enemies.
Yes.
Mark where the tunnel is.
That makes no
Yes.
sense.
It's how it's
Also-
written.
Oh no, I'm not denying that. It just goes into my list of, well, that didn't make any sense. That'll answer it. That didn't make any sense.
So that
Yeah, and
Le-
what's even more messed up is me as a barb can use that tunnel.
okay.
Mhm.
So the tunnel goes to there.
Neat.
Blessed
Okay.
is
Wait, it says you made
Hmm?
5 spaces away. What it says in the thing.
Does it?
Yeah, it
It
says
says that
you may
immediately
thi-
place them in a free and valid space. Considered moving.
What ability is this?
Oh,
though?
when tunneling. Okay. So then gain the create entrance quick action, which you can use once per scene. It's a new talent.
Do this.
Is this the prospector one?
Yeah.
Yeah, while
Okay.
while standing on solid ground, you may create a burst 1 entrance around yourself as a quick action. You may then tunnel to anywhere up to 5 spaces away where you create another burst 1 entrance. Entrances may remain in play until the end of the scene. Terrain and sections of terrain overlapping an entrance take 20 AP explosive damage. Additionally, you cannot take reactions until the end of the current turn.
So really, you'd be on the other side of the rocks, really.
Yeah, the wording is weird then.
I don't mean to ruin your fun. I just remember
No,
something
you're-
saying 5.
You're good. Also, why won't it let me delete this? Also, think I
Well,
just
can you
deleted my
boost
character
as
class.
you're digging underground?
No, if it
No,
says
it,
specifically
like
5, then
yeah.
let me delete that. Why won't it let me?
I don't know. It
It's
won't
there
let me
forever now.
It won't
Your
let me
icon's
select the
gone
ability.
now too.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I still have a linger for you.
Refresh it.
Yeah.
I too
Oh,
am
that's
refreshing.
small.
Yeah, it does that. I always have to resize them.
Womp, womp.
Boom.
Roll 20 will do hexes, but it really doesn't want to.
That's understandable.
Oh well. So what I will do, since I have this option. Okay, so it's too high, yes?
Yes, the
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Boost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boost. 1, 2, 3, 4. Someone roll a d6 for me.
I rolled 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now quick action boost. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm here.
okay.
Hello.
And I said walk with kings. I didn't mean go for a walk.
Jojo walked all the way over there.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is
Oh.
Hell's Bridge walk.
So undo that quick action.
All those boostings, right?
Yeah, so okay. I'll have to do that. So boost, move. You said you rolled 5, so
Yes.
I get 3. I get 4 heat because I flew.
Okay.
And I am going to barrage this dude.
All right. Now, how many times did you boost getting over there?
Nope, never mind. I have to skirmish. You're right.
All right, and that was the assault, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, his evade is an 8.
I got a 10.
All right,
No.
that's a hit.
Wait. The fuck? Never mind. I apparently decided to have a 25.
Either way, it would have hit. Carry on.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. Hit. Of course, overkill goes off. So it takes 6 energy and 3 burn.
All right, is that any of that armor piercing?
All
Yes.
of it is.
Walk of Kings.
Also, because he made a melee attack, he takes another AP energy damage.
Yeah. So a total of 7 energy, 3 burn.
All right.
Still up?
No.
Oh, first
No.
time each turn that they hit with the melee. Okay.
Okay. I am 1 heat away from going into danger zone.
Is that all, sir? Are you done, sir?
Actually,
Have you done enough?
Are you done?
I have 2 more movement left.
Fools. Get
Jeez.
nothing.
1, 2. No. Sorry, brain. 1, 2. There we go.
Okay.
Someone roll me a d6.
5 again.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay.
I'm pretty sure you are in danger zone.
I am now
so-
here, and I am in danger zone.
How much heat do you have?
I have 9.
How much heat can
Oh
you
my
handle?
god.
I can handle 14.
Okay.
No, wait. Hold on. So I'm at 8 because the second I go into danger zone, I get resistance to all heat. So I only took 2 heat for that instead of 3.
Okay.
But yes, I'm now in danger zone. I can't take any more ranged attacks, but the plasma talons, the talon tendril things are now out and ready to attack things.
Y'all are picking up a lot of radio chatter between the Shinar mechs. You know, encrypted and stuff, so you know. All right, I've got one more guy to go.
There's just a loud roaring noise from over there.
So the wee little priest over here will make his. He'll move 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, move the camera over.
I feel like
so
he
they can
sees
see.
that like enormous mech just on a rampage. He'd be like, "Nope, go the other way."
He'll boost. Well, let's see. How close does he have to be? Within sensor, so he's probably safe where he's at. All right. He is going to use Abjure, a quick tech action.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your E defense?
8.
All right, he has a +2 for this. So he got a total of a 9.
It gets me.
Ooh.
All right, so the priest makes a tech attack against target within sensors. On a success, the target takes 2 heat.
So I
Each
take
time
1.
they make an attack until the end of their next turn.
Oh. Take 2 heat automatically, or
Every time you make an attack. So next round, every attack you make, you get take 2 heat.
okay, gotcha.
If the resistance is still in effect, that becomes 1. Of
It
course.
is. As long as I'm in danger zone, I have resistance to all forms of heat.
Okay.
But yeah, my heat cap is 14.
And then he will release his dispersal shield on himself. That gives him resistance to damage and heat for the next 1d3 attacks that hit. Let me put a little something on him so I'll remember. There we go. And then I believe that leaves Big Sis over here.
Yep, I'm trying to figure out now what to do. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just measuring things.
Oh,
Yeah.
no problem.
We had both planned on me just popping up elsewhere, but neither of us knew it was a 5 range restriction.
Yep. Though I did notice that it also said that the entrance was a 2 burst or 1 burst or whatever,
A 1 burst, yeah.
which is enough to make it big enough for any of y'all's mechs to walk sensibly.
With the exception of Barbarossa.
No,
'Cause
I fit
it's
the
a
Barbarossa too.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah,
because
'cause
that
the,
big area, yeah.
Because the area would be that big.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Barbarossa
Alright.
is literally the biggest one that could go through there.
Dang it!
How do you keep deleting yourself?
I didn't even select the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now it lets me select that and remove it.
I guess Vika was probably there to
Oh.
block it.
Yeah. Well, that and
Okay, I don't remember exactly where you were at, so you can adjust
was right
yourself. Okay.
Jason.
Mhm.
When I lock on, because of my spotter perk, I learned the target's armor, speed, evasion, e-defense, mech skills, and current HP.
Nice.
well, he's dead now, but
Now, but the next time I lock onto somebody,
It is your ability. It is your responsibility to remember to tell me. I'll try to remember, but it's your
no,
responsibility.
but I'm just saying, I just saw that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, his
Moving
HP is
boost.
currently 0.
Move and boost to that location. Activate Ferris Slash, which is choose a character within range 8 line of sight. If they're allied, which they aren't, this doesn't matter. If they're hostile, they must succeed on an agility save or be pulled 5 spaces in direction of your choice. So I need an
Alright.
agility save.
And that is the Wild Man. Not the Wild Man, the Berserker. With an agility of 2. And he rolled a 2 on the die, so he got a 4 on his roll. I think that means you
Cool.
put him where you want him.
Bring him right to this square, which would be 5.
wait, who just got hauled?
That guy.
Fantastic! He moved.
No. It doesn't.
He,
One second. Let me finish reading the thing.
Okay.
This movement ignores engagement and doesn't provoke reaction.
Okay. Next question. This will, I guess, be up to because the Primal Fury thing says it's a special reaction which doesn't follow reaction rules. He'll still probably move because I think even if he is considered a, I don't know. What do you want to do? I have no idea.
Well, it's not following regular reaction rules, but it's like reactions wouldn't trigger anyway.
It is a special reaction thing.
All right,
Yeah,
read
that's-
the
I don't
full
know.
special reaction.
Yeah, so we're
Okay.
getting into another one of the odd overlaps when it comes to
Yeah.
some of the
All right,
wordings.
So
Go ahead and read
So
it.
on hit, characters struck by the Enkidu's plasma talons immediately become immobilized till the end of the next turn. As a special reaction, the Enkidu must use its plasma talons to attack any character, hostile or allied, that enters, exits, or moves more than one space within its threat.
Okay.
The special reaction can be used once a turn and any number of times around, and does not count against the maximum number of reactions a turn, so the Enkidu can take other reactions normally.
It's still considered a reaction.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So he survives for a moment.
Yeah,
that's fine.
because that really is also kind of used to get people out of combat so they don't get hit too. So
Is that within your tech?
Nope,
Dang.
that's okay.
1 second, I have too many windows open. But he is. No, he's not within range of me still. Wait, no, is he? Yeah, he's in range 3 of me. We're gonna do skirmish with the whip.
So you pulled him with the whip. Now you're just going to hit him with the whip.
Yep.
All right. His evade is an 8.
Forgot how to attack things. Oh, I should probably.
I'm so
Put it
used
in
to getting
active
shot,
mode.
I forgot what it's like to actually do it myself.
I just didn't have it in active mode. That'll probably help me.
Mhm.
13.
That is a hit.
8 damage. Just double checking my stuff.
All right. Stampede defense. It has resistance.
Is it below half?
He's undamaged at the moment.
Okay.
All right. So we got resistance. So 8 becomes 4. Is this armor piercing or anything?
No, just kinetic.
All right. Okay. He takes some damage.
I'm just double checking shit.
Let's see. Aggression,
yeah, that's all it
but there's
does.
nobody next to him, so that doesn't matter.
Yep, that's it.
All right.
And it is 9:42.
Yes. We're finishing up this round, and that is it. Oh, I didn't tell the dog to be done. All right. So that is the end of round 1. We will pick up with round 2 next week.
Yeah.
I don't suspect there's going to be very many more rounds. So more than most likely, you will finish up with these guys, and then move on to getting to town, or what's left of a town, or the ruins of a town, or where a town used to be.
The artist formerly known as Town.
Yes. So hope y'all enjoyed it. I had fun tonight, especially with
great.
all of y'all being drama mamas at the very beginning. Hope anybody that comes by and watches this later or listens to us enjoyed it. Hope you'll show up next week. Again, I was your storyteller for the evening, Jason. And with me has been Patrick as Freddy, Sarah as Vika,
Waving.
Rappy as Melody,
Waving.
Duba as Audrey.
Also waving.
So we'll get all that out of the way. Jeremy as Cortev. Eric as Uriah.
Waving.
Yeah, but they can see you do it.
So, but I wanted
So
to
you're
say
just
it.
you're just big obnoxious. And
Yes.
Carr as Tiana.
Also
Best
waving.
hands.
And we will see y'all next time.
Good night, everybody.